Hello, so take two of this. The first time I recorded this, it didn't. The sound went funny. So here we go. So this is an old collage. As you can see, it's from 2003. It's 22 years old, if you can believe that. And it's one of those ones where I've taken a lot, if not all, the material from those knowledge books, magazines that get collected into a book that I've told you about. That and so this was these I got them in the late 90s, but they were like from the 60s, and they were just like a treasure trove of illustrations. That was the luckiest find I ever had for source material, because as well as buying all the boxes, the books, I also ended up having the box to put them in. So bonus. But it was like a box full of full a plastic box full of these books, and it was like £5. I mean, granted, this was like 1999 money, but still very good. So, yeah, this piece I made in 2003. Certainly, this main part of it is from the Knowledge magazine, and the I can't remember if the yeah, because actually I initially took this to be, because it's a long time since I've looked at it. I originally took this to be one big image where the sailors were from a in a uh, in sunset. So actually, this bit's not actually, because actually looking at it actually closer, it looks a bit more photographic than painted. Um, so I fooled myself there, but that bit certainly is. This man here certainly is, and I'm pretty sure the radioactive barrel and the thing on Mars is, um, and the fish most likely are as well. Um, Although the thing of Mars may have come from a different um, encyclopedia. And let's have a look at this barrel. I'm not sure if that's a photograph or a painting. It's difficult to tell. But anyway, um, even though I have mixed two different types of media, it's not blatantly obvious. I mean, that, like I said, the barrel looks a bit more photographic. But one of the interesting things I've done here that I don't normally do is I've left, if you can see here, whoops, wrong piece. If if you can see here, text, the original text. Oh no, I would have cut this off at the bottom. But I thought it was relevant to the title. The title's called "Not Pure," and so it talks about the purifying seawater. So I thought it would have been relevant to that, and the ion exchange resin bag thing. I thought it was a little interesting difference to doing that. Um, so, and it's relevant, and so you got the impurity possibly of obviously the radioactive waste, but also the man smoking, and so going to be impurity to the air. Oh, and you've got this businessman. Well, he seems to be a businessman because he's actually in a suit, holding over them and making things impure. And this is at the times where, since I wasn't making it for a camera, I just took a bit more time to cut this. So all this bit here, that's actually all hand cut out. So I'm quite happy with that. I'm happy with how this looks. I like the shape of it. But one thing you can notice is the fact that, despite it having it being mostly painted material, which I liked. One thing I liked about these kids' encyclopedias and those knowledge books was the fact that they were that. So it was something in common with like what Winston Smith did. However, as you can see, it's very different in the fact that I have he used a lot of old adverts. So if I bring this one up here, which is made from an old advert, is say with the sole Coca-Cola advert. She's very smiling, and people in the adverts are more smiling and energetic. This is very subdued in almost, and the part of the reason is you'd never find an advert like this unless they were selling. As part of the advert was about people being down, and then but then you'd have something about then later on about being happy again as a result of the products. This isn't trying to sell something, so it doesn't have to be all bouncy and bright and happy. This is illustrating something. The images I got these from, so that is the difference, and they're illustrating something scientific. So these aren't people who are actually stranded. That's how it could look like. You can see here it's illustrating a process or an experiment. So he's just assumed they're stranded because they're in a raft in their life jackets. And it looks, and the way that I've illustrated, put all this together, it looks like they're stranded. So that's what all that's about. So Mars is in there to replace the moon in the sky, just to make it look interesting. Suits color wise, and Mars is, has been in ancient times been seen as a herald of woe because of its red color, and that's why it's named the god after the god of war. Well, the god of war was named after it. They're given the same name, so that's where that came from. So it came with the setting sun, which wasn't. It turns out wasn't originally part of the picture, which makes sense actually, because this bit here would have probably been right at the top, near the top of the page, and there'd been a title about the subject. So let me know what you think, whether you like it. My link tree has my description has my link tree. It's my merch links and my socials. This one is definitely going to go in the book. And so I've got lots scanned in and prepared, but I've got a lot more to do. So I've got once I've prepped all the artwork, then I'm going to have scanned in. Then I'm going to go through it all and see what I want to use. So it's a long process, and but I've got two. The first two sections where all the artwork is picked out. So, and I've written the intros to each of them, because each section's got a written intro, but there's not going to be much text because it's an art book or a written book. So I like to let the artwork speak for itself, or you bring your own interpretation of it, unless it's really blindingly obvious what it's about. So let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe, and I shall speak to you soon. Thank you.